Please don't leave, Dad. I love you so much.
My father died on a cold Tuesday morning. And by Friday, my entire family had stolen everything he left behind. The house, the business, even the money meant for my future. But what they didn't know was that my father had prepared for their betrayal. And he left me one final surprise. My father was the kind of man people respected. Not because he was rich, but because he was fair. He built a small construction company from nothing. 30 years of hard work. Long nights. Missed holidays. But he always said one thing. Everything I do for this family. Growing up, I believed him. I believed family meant loyalty. I believed blood meant protection. I was wrong. The day he died, everything changed. The funeral was packed. Friends, workers from his company, old neighbors. Everyone came to say goodbye. Except one person. My older brother Daniel. He showed up late. Very late. And when he walked into the church, he didn't look sad. He looked impatient. Daniel had always been different. Growing up, he was the favorite. My mother adored him. My aunt defended him. Even when he made mistakes. And Daniel made a lot of mistakes. He failed out of college. Twice. He borrowed money from my father. Thousands of dollars. Money he never returned. But my father never complained. He believed Daniel would change. He believed family deserved second chances. But I noticed something strange that day. Daniel kept whispering with my aunt. They stood in the corner. Talking quietly. Looking at me. Then looking away. At the time, I ignored it. I thought grief makes people act strange. But later, I realized something terrible. They were planning something. 3 days after the funeral, we met at my father's lawyer's office. It was supposed to be simple. Just a reading of the will. My father owned a house, a construction company, and some savings. Nothing massive, but enough to change our lives. The lawyer sat across from us. Serious expression. He opened a folder. Then suddenly, Daniel interrupted him. Actually, Daniel said, smiling. We already handled the will. The lawyer frowned. What do you mean? My aunt pulled out a document. We found the updated version at the house. The lawyer looked confused. He examined the paper. His eyebrows tightened. This document isn't from my office. Daniel shrugged. Dad must have changed it privately. Then the lawyer began reading it. And with every word, my heart sank deeper. According to the new will, Daniel received the house, the company, and nearly all the savings. My mother received a monthly allowance. And me. I received nothing. Nothing. Not even a small amount. Just a single sentence. My younger child has chosen their own path. That was it. The room went silent. I felt sick. My father would never do that. Never. The lawyer looked uncomfortable. Are you sure this is legitimate? My aunt nodded immediately. Of course it is. Daniel leaned back confidently. It's signed, isn't it? Technically, it was. But something felt wrong. Very wrong. Still, legally there wasn't much I could do. So I left. Heartbroken. Betrayed. And completely alone. Within 2 weeks, Daniel moved into my father's house. He fired half the workers from the company. He sold equipment. He changed everything. It was like watching my father's life get erased. Meanwhile, I was struggling. Rent. Bills. Everything piled up. Not once did Daniel call. Not once did my mother help. To them, I was invisible. But one night, something unexpected happened. Something that changed everything. It was almost midnight when my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost ignored it. But something told me to answer. Hello. A calm voice responded. This is your father's lawyer. My heart jumped. I think you need to come to my office tomorrow. Why? There was a pause. Then he said something strange. Your father left something that wasn't meant to be seen immediately. My stomach tightened. What do you mean? He replied with 5 words. A backup plan. The next morning, I arrived at the lawyer's office. He closed the door behind me. Then he opened a locked drawer. Inside was another envelope. My name was written on it, in my father's handwriting. My hands were shaking as I opened it. Inside was a letter. The first line made my chest tighten. If you're reading this, it means Daniel tried something. My father knew. He knew. The letter continued. I suspected someone in this family would try to manipulate my will. My father explained everything. He had prepared two plans. The first will was the one my family expected. But the second plan was much bigger. My father had secretly transferred ownership of the company months before he died. Not to Daniel. Not to my mother. To a trust. And the sole beneficiary of that trust was me. The lawyer looked at me. They never owned the company. My heart was racing. What about the house? The lawyer smiled slightly. That house was collateral for the business. Which meant one thing. Daniel didn't inherit the house. He inherited debt. Massive debt. 2 weeks later, Daniel received legal notice. The company legally belonged to the trust. Which meant he had no authority to run it. He had no right to sell equipment. And the workers he fired, they were still legally employees. Everything he did was illegal. Within days, he was forced out. And the bank began asking questions about the house. The same house he bragged about online. The same house he threw parties in. Turns out, he couldn't afford the debt attached to it. Not even close. One evening, someone knocked on my apartment door. When I opened it, Daniel was standing there. He looked different. Tired. Angry. You set me up. I stared at him. No, Dad did. He clenched his fists. You're destroying this family. I laughed. You already did that. He begged me to help him. Begged. The same brother who stole everything. The same brother who left me with nothing. I thought about my father's letter. Then I told Daniel something he'll never forget. Dad knew exactly who you were. Within 6 months, Daniel lost everything. The house. The fake inheritance. Even his reputation. The company survived. I rebuilt it. I rehired the workers he fired. And slowly, things started to feel right again. Sometimes I sit in my office and reread my father's final letter. The last line always stays with me. Family isn't who shares your blood. It's who proves they deserve it. And that was the last time I ever heard from Daniel.